Hello everybody, welcome to Crafty Soup. My name is Misty. I have right next to me this great big box from scrapbook.com. So I've got a haul video for you today. I have opened it to take care of a couple of things, but there's still plenty of stuff in here to check out. And let's switch the camera and dive right in. Okay, so this box is going to be too big to fit on screen, so let's open it up and take things out. And I can't even see my monitor now. You'll have to pardon the crinkles, because they've got things packaged up nicely. We're going to make it all the way to the bottom. All right. Okay, I've zoomed out as much as I can to try and fit things on screen. The first thing I have here is the scrapbook.com storage envelopes. So give me a moment while I open these. So I actually have two packages here. There are 5 in each package. But these are nice, heavyweight storage envelopes. They're big enough to fit 12 by 12 papers with the branding strips on there. And I like to use these for projects that I have in progress. I've got a pile of them that are already full, so I should probably make those before I buy more storage. And yet, I'm always needing space to put things I'm working on, so a little bit of good organization never hurts. All right, what else do we have in here? I had a coupon and another coupon deal and a lot of freebies. So I did a little extra shopping to get up to all of those deals. This one was on my wish list for a little while and it was on a super sale. So maybe it's being discontinued, but I believe, yes, Crafter's Companion. I believe this is a kit of, 3D flower making supplies, tutorial kind of thing. Yep, okay, so here's their craft club. I'm not going to tear that, but I will just slide things out. Yes, I wanted these metal dies, which are for doing rolled 3D flowers. I've done lots by hand, but I just don't feel very good at it, so I thought, maybe it's time to have a product to help me out. So let's go ahead and dive into this. So this says there's ribbon. So their kits include enough things to make projects. This says pre-cut tags, and these ones are little. So some little tags. Flower stamens. These will be fun to play with because I don't have anything quite like this in my stash. The metal dies, which is what I wanted from this kit. And if they still have them in stock and they're actually being discontinued, I paid $8, I think, for this kit, so it was a good deal. All right, so we've got the 3 rolled flowers. I believe these you roll up and it becomes the stamens and stuff in the middle of the flowers. We got some different leaves, different flower centers, and a couple of flat pieces for different floral options. There's some tissue paper. I don't think I'm going to pull this out. Colored card, and this is pretty thin stuff. So it's not really a cardstock. It's more like a printer weight paper. But that might be good for getting it to roll, because cardstock is sometimes too thick for that. This is templates. It's a little... is that some kind of envelope? I will have to read the instructions. Cardstock panels. Okay, these are definitely sturdy. And then you have your oh, it looks like they've got some kind of 3D project being made with the template. I think that's what we've got going on. And of course they have a QR code, so there is further information there. But this looks like it is probably a template to create a 3D box. So yes, that was on sale for $8. I think it was a good deal just to get the dies, and then you get all the other stuff too. So I'll drop a link down below if you want to check that out. Hopefully it's still available. And then I got more organization stuff. This is just a plain thin weight chipboard. I believe this is called 20 point, and it's very similar to what's in that kit. It's stiff enough to stand up, and I'm going to cover it with pattern paper and use it as the fronts of my organization bins. I don't know if you can see them back there. I've got a little bit of chipboard going on already, and I will cover that with pattern paper, but I ran out, so I needed another batch. And then we get to these packages. So, pardon the crinkling. All right, I was out of a few things, and so some of this is stocking up, and then some of it is just goodies. I was out of clear embossing powder, so I got a Pink and Main Detail Clear embossing powder so that I have more clear, and I haven't tried the Pink and Main embossing powders before, so this is a good reason to try that. I always throw in a package of trimmer blades whenever I order something because I've run out in the middle of big events, and I'm not going to let that happen to me again. Okay, this is plain white washi tape. I did a project, and I will link you up to that, where I altered washi tape with some spatters, but I didn't have plain white tape to work with, and I thought, does that even exist? And yes it does. So now I have washi tape for altering in whatever ways I can think of. This was a freebie from scrapbook.com, and sometimes their freebies have a minimum purchase amount. This one I don't think did, but you can also buy these on their own if you find them to be super cute. I've already done my Easter cards for this year, so I won't need this one this year, but I will tuck it into my stash for the future. I use my scrapbook.com jewel picker tool all the time, and so I thought it might be handy to have a couple of them because I will set it down and lose track of it, so having a couple of them will make it easier to find in the future. So I've got one of those. I do various techniques with drop products, and this one was just in my general wish list because I think I'd seen it one day and liked the color. And a lot of my drop products are translucent or transparent, and so I'm trying to add to my stash of opaque colors, so I bought that one. Again, things that I was out of. I needed some new cutting plates for my die cutting machine, so I'm kind of stocking up on those. What else is in here? This is Brutus Monroe, Not Your Mama's cardstock, and a friend of mine had let me try out a piece of hers, and this is the smoothest blending cardstock I have ever tried. So I wanted to stock up on some of this. I have a few other cardstocks that I usually use, and it's not that I'm unhappy with them, but when you try this stuff, man, it's like, as the saying goes, it's like butter. All right, and then this was on my wish list because Vicki Boutin came out with a new line of products with Sizzix, and these are stencils that can be repeated so that they can be used on scrapbook layouts. I love stenciling on cards, and I'm always frustrated that the size of those stencils don't translate easily to scrapbook layouts. Sometimes I make it work, but I'm hoping that these will be easier to use on layouts. This has been on my wish list for a little while. I had a set very much like this for a while, and then my kid took it to use to do fingernail polish techniques. So this has been sitting on my wish list for a while to replace the one that she stole. And this one is a little bit different. Now, what is this? I didn't even mention. These are petal shapers. So this is a process where you have these stylus tools and you use them to press down into cardstock to shape them into flowers. And let me grab. You can come in and do it to different areas and start getting pieces to shape and curve into more three-dimensional flowers. So yes, I'm on a flower kick right now, which is not usually what I'm after. So that's why this has been sitting in my wish list for quite a while, because I haven't done a lot of flowers, and I guess I'm in a flower mood. So that is that. Let's see, I'm running out of space. This bag was the reason I ordered to begin with. Scrapbook.com just released their own line of cardstock. And I love Concord and Ninth cardstock for their colors. I love Spellbinders cardstock for the thickness and smoothness, and also for the fact that it comes in 12 by 12. The Concord and Ninth, if they came in 12 by 12, I would be all over that. So yes, Spellbinders I love, and they have some colors that are different from my C9 colors, so I choose to buy those. But Scrapbook.com just released their own line of cardstocks, and they released these sampler packs, and actually there should be 5 altogether. So here's all 5 sampler packs, and they come in, I think they come in A2 size and 12 by 12. I will pop it up on the screen if I'm wrong about that. But they have canvas cardstock, so they have textured cardstock, which has kind of been harder for me to find lately, especially knowing what the colors look like online. It's great to have a sampler pack to know what the color's actually going to be. So I'm happy about the canvas texture, which Spellbinders is smooth, so this gives me a different option. This is glimmer cardstock. Again, gives me a different option. This is their classic solid color cardstock pack, so most likely I won't use these ones as much, but it depends on if they have any unique colors outside of what I'm already using. This is their premium heavyweight cardstock. I may use some of these again depending on the colors for scrapbooking. So I will make lots of sample swatches and put all of these on rings so that I can have a big range of the cardstocks that I have easy access to. That's the other problem. I was buying cardstock locally, and they kept shifting their offerings, and so I couldn't find the cardstock I was looking for. And in fact, I have this piece that I absolutely adore this color, and it's not going to show up on camera very well at all, but it is a muted blue with a very fine hint of green in it, and I went to the store trying to match this up, and I can't find it. So I'm trying to go for consistency, so I know what I'm looking for, I know what the color looks like in person, and I can find it again. So again, I will only use their cardstocks if they have colors that I'm not already addicted to from my other company lines that I use. And then they also have Swiss dots, and this is going to be, just like I missed the canvas texture, this is going to be a great option for adding more texture to backgrounds of scrapbook layouts. And this might even be super fun for die cutting, which even though I love my other brands of paper, this just might add a little bit of something extra. So I am really excited to get these swatched and to try them out. I did buy the Happy Mother's Day die that they had on sale because that is coming up. I like that this is nice and big, so you don't have to do a lot to cover the card front, or you could put it on the inside of the card, and then you don't have to write a lot on the inside. I know Mother's Day is wonderful for a lot of people, but I also know that Mother's Day can be super hard for some people, especially if you don't have a good relationship with your mother, which I did not for many years. And so I totally understand that sometimes you just want to say the thing and not have to write out a lot of feelings. All right, these were I did get the Father's Day one also. So when I saw the Mother's Day one, I thought, oh, maybe I only ordered the one, but they also have Father's Day. These ones, I think there's one more. Let me check in here. Yes. Okay, these ones were one of those deals that if you spent a certain amount of money, you got the deal. So I have some rectangle dies for card making with stitching already, but these looks like they might be a slightly different ratio. Excuse me. I don't already have ovals, so that will be a good addition to my stash. I have some circles, but mine are smaller, so this will enlarge my options. I don't have any squares, and I like that they're stitching, so that will be a nice option to just paper trimming squares, which is what I usually do, but I really like the stitching look. And then I have some hearts, but again, not with the stitching, so this is kind of broadening my horizon with various die cutting. This paper pad from scrapbook.com is what they faux finish. I was going to say faux patterns, but it's got wood grain and then cork in 2 different shades, it looks like, or maybe 3 different shades. That looks like it could be cork also. We've got some linen textures in a couple shades. And oh, we have more colors on the back. So I've been doing more like realistic home, cozy home kind of scenes and looking for things that are like the wood on furniture, or tables, or lamps, or things like that. So I'm hoping that this will be nice for that kind of stuff. And if you have someone in your life who prefers the quote-unquote masculine look, then this definitely leans that way, besides a little bit of pink in there. All right, and then these are refills for my wax tip, and apparently I ordered a whole bunch. I don't remember ordering that many, so maybe I hit the button twice. But this one is getting a little down there. I've been shaving it with a knife, and I kind of roll it on my warm skin to try and keep it in good shape, but they do wear out eventually, so I have some new wax tips. And then I got some spray bottle replacement parts because some of my sprayers are clogged, and it's great that I can buy a couple of replacements. So that is my haul. Let me move the crinkles. That is my haul from scrapbook.com, and I tend to do shopping there when I do get these good deals because I look for the deals. I like getting these kinds of things on special, especially when I just need to order a couple of things. Like I just needed some replacement pads for my die cutter. I had this flower tool on my wish list for a long time, so it made sense right now to buy their new paper pads to be able to sample them and then add in all the extra goodies to get all the extra deals. All right, I will put links to a bunch of this stuff down below if you're interested in shopping. I do have affiliate links, which means a small percentage of any sales that you make from my links will come back to me to be part of my income to keep these videos coming to you. So I really appreciate when you do use those links. So I will say thank you for being with me today. I got a lot of stuff to put away now, so I'm gonna go do that. I enjoyed sharing my crafty haul with you, and I will be back soon using some of this stuff. Have an artful day.